Hello guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of how does my web application ASP.NET Core send an email to to the recipients, right? So this is part 2. Please watch part 1 because it can only make sense if you are aware of part 1, right? One of the things from part 1 I want to pick up is, remember, GitHub was loading slow because it's currently load shedding. Everything is down, my servers are down, everything's down. But I want to show you that this is indeed ASP.NET Core Web API. This is the project that's responsible of receiving the request if somebody wants to send an email out. One of the examples is going to be the controller. I'm just going to only show you the controller, right? Send email controller. There we go. It's a very complex one because the first thing that I do is it expects, as you can see, right? It expects post one email request. So, and then I'm still going to talk about web API in detail. What are the contracts? You see, we have a folder called contracts, and in there we have a request and we have responses. Unfortunately, in here it only makes use of the request. So the request comes in, right? Oh no. So in this request, what I do, I'm gonna say, is API key correct? By default it's gonna be false, and then it's gonna check it. It's gonna get all the keys, right? I'm gonna put it there as a list. Come on. And then it's gonna iterate and check is what you supplied as part of the request correspond with what we have internally. And then if not, it's gonna say unauthorized. But if it is, it's gonna use my back end of email API. So I have a back end that I incorporated. It's what is responsible to actually send an email to whomever you want to send it. So this is the web API that makes use of it. On the credentials, so this is gonna be the URL, and like I said, I redacted the API, and then I'm saying this is gonna be the server. I'm only passing the server, and I'll tell you why I'm passing the server. The reason why I'm passing the server because I have multiple applications that are making use of this email API, multiple. So what I do, I need to say, like for instance, this is license Henny Tips. So there's a server that belongs to license Henny Tips, right? With the email that belongs to license Henny Tips. But let's say, for example, if now I'm building books applications, right? It was gonna be mail dot, let's say, to me books.co.za, right? And then let's just say, and then the email will be to me at to me books.co.za. So that's the only thing that I want it to be unique when you're communicating with that web API. I hope this makes sense, right? Because I didn't want to have a redundancy, of having to build that API, because this API, it's a very complicated one. So, but I'm not gonna get in there, right? So now you understand about this, right? So DB installer, we register our services, and then like I was saying, the register is the one that's making use of this guy. But what else? Where else are we making use of this service? Why did we create it as a service? Why do we have an interface? Why do we have the implementation of the interface? Well, I'm glad you asked those questions. Let's do this. Right click, and I'm gonna say find all references, and this will tell us a lot. Okay, I need to pin this because it's gonna be very interesting. Number 1, here we are. I'm just opening where I'm using them. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. Yo, there's a lot. 9. Oh, that one is, it's not okay. Number 9, yes, and number 10. Wow, do you see where I'm making use of this send email async? I remember this class. This class is what I use to block other countries from viewing my web application. For example, I'm in South Africa. I can block other countries except South Africa. So when that happens, I want to know who actually initiated that request so I can extract that information. There we go. For the videos, when a video has been, let's see, when someone made a suggestion, say for mobile app, and then the video was uploaded for that suggestion, I notify the user to say, hey, remember you suggested a video, well, go and check the video. So I notify the user via email. And like I said, we spoke about this guy, the register. We spoke about the register. Don't save. On the login, yes, on the login we have to send the email to say go and reconfirm. You see, email reconfirmation. I'm still using the same implementation. Forgot password. Obviously, when you have forgotten your password and requesting a password, I'm gonna send the email to say there's a reset password. There's gonna be a link, you know. When you delete your account, I need to know that there was an account that was deleted by the user and then who that user is, you know. A registered user has requested to delete the account, so I get to be notified. Subscription, when there's a new subscription, you know, we have an exciting news about your subscription. I'm telling the person who subscribed that yes, we acknowledge your subscription. And then also this one, when I create a subscription and when a subscription has been done automatically, the email gets to be sent out. Yeah, so basically this is what the email API is all about. Do you understand? So this is how I have constructed it. Do you understand? To say, listen, my system uniquely is going to use this API key. It's going to come from credentials. I'm going to pass in the server. I'm going to say it's going to come from, and it's going to, this will be the subject and this will be the body. So when you register, when you forgot your password, it automatically sends an email. So this is how I've configured using this web API that it's long being hosted. I'm sure over 2 to 3 years now. Do you understand? So this is what I use. So let's go back. So this is a class that helped me a lot, and I made some quite changes, 35 commits to it. So when I started initially, I started when was this? 2021. Yes, almost 2 years ago. Do you understand? And then I added a new project. I cleaned up the entire solution. I install interface, install extension, MVC installer, Swagger installer. I cleaned up the configure. I added the validation filter. We'll still talk about validation. I can teach you all of this. If you want to learn programming, if you want to learn how to develop, if you are curious as to how I build the license Henny Tips, this system, how I build it, and how I build the mobile application, both on Google Play Store and Apple Store, how I build my database, I can teach you all this. You can just ask me anything for only 25 Rand per session, a full hour from 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. Then I can teach you all of this. Do you understand? And then what's unique about this, like I said, as much as they may be on YouTube, I'm only giving you a taste of what to expect. But the truth is, what happens here is I want you to ask follow-up questions with a real-life system that's already in production, and then I will show you. We are doing this on Microsoft Teams for only an hour, 25 Rand. I'll leave my numbers. Tell your friends, anyone who wants to learn. I don't care if you are a student. I don't care if you don't have the knowledge. This is where you start, right? Until next time.